these are the locker solution. So these are the thick laminates more than 2 mm. This is the restroom cubicles. Again, this is the thick laminate more than 2 mm. We also have provided, these are again the reception applications, the wall panel applications. You could see, because we have more than 500 designs, you can use complementary colors together so that it looks more beautiful, and it's in a college, so it becomes more vibrant. You could choose any of them. And then we have different other retail applications to go for. So these are different laminate applications. It is plethora. I mean, I could not compile all the stuff, but there is a lot of applications where you could think of, you can put the product in. Okay. Any questions till now? Ruchi, Bhavna, any question till now?
Students, anything that you would want to ask from Mr. Bansal? Not as yet, sir.
Okay.
Probably they're absorbing the information.
Oh. So there can be two things. Either you are understanding everything or the other way around. So I'm fearful of the other thing. so please keep your questions ready. We'll conclude in 15-20 minutes. So please keep them ready. Okay. Now we come to the other aspect. So I was talking about the thick laminate. Thick laminate more than 2 mm is the compact range. So you could see that the thickness is higher, and this could be directly used. You do not require any substrate at back of it. And this is the range that we offer in the compact. We give them as direct boards that could be used. We have the specialty boards that I told you. Lab Guardian is for the chemical industry. We have the sandwich Unicode boards. So these are the specialty products. These has some special advantages. Then we have service-oriented solutions. So here, not only we are giving the product, we are also giving the accessories with it. So this is an overall solution. It is not just one product. We are giving the accessories with it. Restroom cubicles and locker solutions, which I showed you in one of the images. And then we have the CLADS. CLADS is the exterior wall cladding that we specifically talk about. And we have the interior CLADS as well for the interior application. But the exterior clad is a much superior product because it is being subjected to all kinds of weather conditions. So we'll concentrate on this part of it. So as Julia Morgan said, that architecture is a visual art and the buildings speak for themselves. So you could understand that the more beautiful a building looks from the exterior, the person who is passing by in the street will feel a great sense of aesthetic sense will be higher. He will feel, he may compliment you. So it will be visible not only to your known ones, but those who are also not known to you, they will also be inspiring to have such a building. It's very important that what kind of material is used on the exterior of the building, because that becomes a benchmarking. It becomes a great style statement for anybody who is using it in the exteriors. So this is the clad range, the exterior wall cladding that we'll be discussing in the coming slide. It's one of the very superior products. There's no match in India for this product. This is the best available product in this category. And so we'll discuss it in big detail. So as I told you, the industry calls it a facade. What do you mean by facade? So it is the frontage or the face. So the principal front of the building. So when you are at the street, when you see a building, what you see is called a facade or the exterior face or the frontage. So the basic purpose of a good exterior grade material is that it should be able to save the building from the extreme weather conditions. It could be rains, it could be sunlight, it could be wind, it could be dust, it could be storm, it could be n number of things that you could imagine: high temperature, low pressure, low temperature, all that it needs to sustain so that it doesn't get weird and the building looks as good as it was earlier. So other than the weather conditions, it should give a unique look. It should have a high recall value. So whenever you are passing it, you say, "Yaar, ye kahin dekhi thi, ye building to yaar yahan thi." So you would able to recall it because the way it is being made, and it gives you a lot of beautification options. So there are different 42 designs that we have. So you can mix match. You can use different designs. You can beautify it as you wish. And if I show you I will show you the applications of this. You will be. It was mind-boggling. It could be n number of options that you could create with this product range. So just to go a bit technical of this product, so it's a high-quality exterior grade European paper that is being used. It's a EDF grade, exterior heavy duty fire retardant. We have 42 designs to offer, which is divided into different categories, solid wood and abstracts. The panel thickness is 6, 8, and 10 mm. We can go up to 24 mm, but basically the industry, when they talk about exterior facades, they are basically taking 6, 8, and 10. But if you ask 12, 14, that is also possible. The size in which this is being offered is 4.25 feet into 10 feet. And we offer it in the suit finish. So suit finish is not that rough, and neither it is smooth. So it's a different kind of finish that we are talking about. So when we talk, this is the best in class product. We are actually manufacturing it using a GLE technology, Greenlam exterior technology. We use a special grade protective film on the either side. This is the transparent layer on top and the bottom. It has exterior grade DÉCOR paper. Again, below the protective film, this is the represented by the blue layer, again on either side. And then when we have a superior manufacturing process, so that the product that is being made is more durable than the other materials that are used in the market. So ACP is one of the major competition in the facade market. I will compare it with the our CLAD, and I will show you all substitute products also that are there in facade industry and why CLAD stand out. We'll talk about it in the coming slides. So the special protective film that is there on top and bottom of the CLAD, it gives the excellent UV performance. So you don't want that the DÉCOR paper that you have used, the wood grain or solid, it gets fade out over a period of time. So you want excellent UV performance. That is very important. So that is held by this film, exterior grade film that is being used. It has extreme weather stability. So you could see -50 to +80. So this is a very wide range for a CLAD to be stable product. So we have supplied to different geographical regions in India as well as the world. So these are the different areas where we have provided the Russia, the Thailand, the Mexico. So that is why we are claiming a very high range, because it is stable. The product is stable, doesn't wear out, even if the range is from -50 to +80. So it's a big range to be claimed. And that is why we are very confident about our product. Then it is resistance to frost, scratch, graffiti, corrosion, and acid rain. Acid rains are generally not seen in India, but there are certain geographical regions where it could be. So this testing is also done by us. The scratch, you understand. The graffiti is if somebody takes a spray and try to harm it. So that is easily cleanable. So it is also graffiti resistance. High anti-soiling property. So if there is a dust storm, it will not, the dust will not settle over it. It is easily cleanable. And it is, because of its easy cleanability, it becomes a very durable, a product that gives a lot of aesthetic sense when it is put outside the exteriors. One major advantage that we have with this product is it has high color fastness. So it doesn't fade out, because being an exterior grade application, it will be constantly being exposed to sunlight. So you don't want the product to fade out. Whatever design you have seen, if it is a dark brown design, you don't want it to become light brown and the shade keeps deteriorating. So color fastness is very important. So kind of chemicals that is used in the paper is very important. And because we are using the exterior grade films, the either side of the CLAD, either side of the product, it makes it a very balanced product. It doesn't curve out. So it doesn't the warpage is a big issue in this industry. So what happens is there's a flat sheet. If there is a uneven composition, the top layer is treated, the bottom layer is untreated, or there is different kind of papers on top and bottom, it will curve out. It will become concave or convex. So if it becomes that way, it becomes very difficult for a fabrication to install it on the outside of the wall. So that is why it becomes very important that you regulate it, that the Greenlam product doesn't warp out. It's preferable in green building, and it also helps in easy workmanship for carpenters, fabrication installer. So whenever somebody is recommending it, it is a better product to be used for an exterior grade application. Also, the process that we follow, there is no splintering there. So splintering means if you are cutting the product, it doesn't fragment out into small pieces. So the better the composition of the product, more is the bonding strength, less is the splintering. So less fragmentation, less cutting will be, less chipping will be there. So a better product will have low splintering because of this is the image from our factory itself. And also we are adding certain chemicals, non-halogenated chemicals, so that it becomes fire retardant. This is one of the major USPs of this product, and I will be discussing it in the coming slide. So this differentiates the product from ACP and all other substitute products that are there in the market. This is a brief of the different options, different features, different designs that we offer. The 42 designs, I will talk at length on this. Fire retardant property, we'll discuss this. Superior manufacturing process that we just discussed. We are also giving complementary hardware with this product so that it matches. We'll see the application. It is definitely high light fastness, so it doesn't fade out. We have all those green certificates, Green Guard Gold, IGBC, which is Indian Green Building Council, so that it's a sustainable product. We are giving a 12-year warranty for this product. It's a weather stability range from -50 to +80 degree. So it's a high range of weather stability that we are providing. And it's an antibacterial, antifungal product. Now the design, something which you may be very interested in. So we have the entire palette covered for an exterior grade product. So earlier we were having just 5. We have introduced this 6 last month itself. So the mineral yellow, the marine blue, cane, sage. So these are the different colors. So you could see the palette from lighter to dark shade. Everything is covered in the 11 solid designs in the range. It's a design, entire range of 42. We have introduced the abstract designs also. So you could see 9 were earlier. We have introduced 4 more. The rock salt, the ferrous cemento, molten gregio, lava moreno. So this is product that we are giving both in domestic setup and international setup. So you should understand that the requirement is such that we select these designs based on the requirement of not only Indian customers, but the international customers as well, so that it becomes a product that is preferable in both the markets. So this is how this range is being covered. I will show you how we are getting inspired, taking 2 examples as well in the next 2 slides. And then we have 18 wood grain designs as well to offer. So these 4 have been added: Sunburn Oak, Diego Oak, Morgan Oak, and Eden Oak. So you could see that it all is inspired by oak, but there are so much grading, so much difference is there in the designs because of the kind of wood, kind of peel that is there. So that makes a lot of difference in the kind of design that is being offered. And again, we have covered the lighter ones and the darker ones so that the entire palette is covered. If you want to mix and match, you could have these wood grain designs with the solid designs. You could have it with abstracts. So it looks the entire, you have a lot of, it's a canvas for you. You can paint as you want. So that is required. There's options are required. So 42 options for you. So just to show you what goes into selecting these 42 designs. So this is a inspired, the Sunburn Oak design is actually inspired by the natural weathering. So how a wood decays over a period of time, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. So the more the natural wood weathers out, the more such designs comes up there. So this Sunburn Oak, which is one of the designs in the exterior grid, is actually inspired from such a wood color. So it goes very well with solid. So if there is some of the applications that have Sunburn Oak, if you complement it with solid colors, it will look very beautiful. You will see it more in the coming applications. Similarly, Morgan Oak. So it's a timeless option, the timeless kind of thing. You could easily see these barks in the forest. So the solid wood planks are this design which we have, Morgan Oak, is actually inspired from the solid wood planks, and it becomes a very great color and design for the exteriors for new age. So this is just 2 designs that I have talked about, but there are 42 designs, and each of them have an inspiration from the natural resources or the artificial changes, as it could be fibrous, it could be leather wood, it could be fiber based. So all those options are there, but I'm talking about mainly wood because you would be able to relate it better, that why we are having certain design in our range, why certain wood grain is being selected. So these are this is a timeless design. It's a very much preferred in India as well as in the international setup. Now, I was just talking about single designs, but if you start clubbing them, it will give you a lot of options, a lot of design options to explore for the architect students, interior designers. You can run your imagination anywhere you want. So mineral yellow, clear white, rock brown. It is showing an application of these 3 designs together, how they are mixed matched, and it gives a very beautiful look. Similarly, molten gregio and lava moreno. So this is the rendering. So you could see that it creates it's a hospital application that is being shown. So it looks very beautiful from the exterior point of view. So it makes you gives you a lot of options to select. Another option for this is a school application being shown. So can color as well as clubbed with the ferrous cemento. So you can use different category of designs. You can club them together so that it looks very beautiful, aesthetically very pleasing to the eyes. This is a very beautiful application. One of the favorite applications that I have, the harbor color with the Eden oak. So again, you could see that how it is being utilized so that it creates a statement. If you see such a building, it gives a very pleasant vibes, and you'll prefer such applications to see. This is a high school building being shown, the French beech and the Dago oak being clubbed together to create an impression of. So this could also be done. Another example, marine blue, harbor and sunburn oak. So you are clubbing three designs together. This could also be done. So whatever 42 designs we have, you can mix match as per your requirement. Another example of marine blue and French beech, you could see how it is being mixed and made to appeal to the person who is looking it from outside. Okay. Again, we come to bit technical part, which is so it is BS1D0. This is the rating that we have for our clad. This is the best fire rating possible. So B is for very limited contribution to fire. So the product will not burn beyond the limit, and it will extinguish if the source is removed. It is a self-extinguishing. The fire spread is not there. I have a video to show you as well. There is a smoke emission during combustion is less. So less smoke, better it is for the people who are entrapped inside. You could understand that when there is such a fire hazard, the people actually inhale a lot of smoke and they get suffocated. So it should be safe for them. And it should not also release droplets, fire droplets, because if a product is releasing droplet, the product down will be burning and it will start cascading down. So it is very important that a good fire retardant product should give limited contribution to fire. It is less smoke and less flaming droplet. So give me 10 minutes more. I will be concluding in next 10 minutes.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So the product is given with matching rivets. So you could see this is a rivet which is being shown here. So it is to up isko keel ki tarah samjhiye. So this rivet is used which is matching to the color of the clad or of the panel that is you are using, so that it looks beautiful. And this is also UV coated. So you don't want a scenario where the clad is a high color fast, it doesn't fade out over a period of time, 10 years, 15 years, but this rivet will fade out over a period of time because it is not UV coated. So the product that we give the free rivets with this 70 rivets per panel, so that the rivets are also of good quality. They are UV coated. They do not also fade out over a period of time. And the overall composition looks good in the exterior setup. This is an important slide for you to understand how clad is benchmarked against the other substitute products that are there in the market, ACP, paint, stone, and wood. So clad is low on maintenance. It takes less installation time to make. It is high on light fastness. It doesn't fade out. Durability is high for the product. It is certainly fire retardant, and it has less lot to lot shade variation. So you are taking it today, you take it 5 years back, 10 years back, or you are proposing it to your client. If the design is there in a range, you will be able to get the same design. So that is why clads become a better option with respect to all other substitute products that are there in the market. One major advantage that you have using clads is it is installed from a distance from the wall. So there is a air circulation that is taking place. So you could see these aluminum channels there. The blue is represented by the clad. So this is the clad representation. Clad is, there's a distance between the wall and the clad. And because of this, there is an air circulation taking place. So warm air enters and comes out of it. And because of the air circulation, the temperature of the building reduces. The building is able to breathe, and there is even electricity saving of 20 to 30%. That is a big saving that is there if you use clads, Greenlam clads in the exterior of the buildings. And because there is a air wall, it is also having in the soundproofing of 8 decibel reduction in the sound. So it's an overall a very good product when you compare it to the other substitutes. It's like ACP. ACP is the 85% of the market, but I show you it in this video. So there was a hazard that took place. There are two buildings next to it. This is an ACP building made using ACP. And this is the building that has CLAD installed. So I will play it and then stop on the particular points just to show you what happened. So this was not something that we actually shot. Actually, this was sent it to by our supplier, our dealer, who was having this building. So Meenakshi Sales, and where our product was installed. Just see the difference between the two products. If a fire hazard has taken place, how these two materials have reacted. So just to show you at specific points, because there was a hazard in the middle, the ACP started melting from multiple points, top, middle, bottom. There is already a fire brigade. The fire brigade is not able to stop it because the ACP burns very fast and in all direction. It is not in one direction, it is in multiple directions. So you could understand anything burning from all sides is very difficult to control. So this is different points. And if you see CLAD, this is Meenakshi Sales. This is one of our dealers where the top building is being put the CLADs. This is a CLAD product. So it has not burnt. There is no smoke and there is no fire. There is no fire at all. So that shows that benchmarks how this CLAD is a better product than the ACP, which has started burning from multiple directions. Just because there was a fire in the middle, the two materials have reacted very differently, and this has to be evacuated because of this. So there is a lot of issues, a lot of differences. ACP today is a 85% market of the facade industry. CLAD is still coming up, but the fire retardant property is one of the main differentiating feature between the two products. So we just discussed the installation part. So it is put either through rivets. This is a box section. This is an Asian setup. Asian countries prefer this kind of setup. Other countries prefer this LT setup on the high-rise buildings. So high-rise buildings, we definitely give a mechanical setup of rivets. In the other setups, it is also non-mechanical where rivet is not required. So through pasting it directly on the aluminum channel is there, but you could not go on a high-rise building with this because the higher the building, more floors are there, the wind pressure will be high, and there will be a chance that the clad will come out of that and drop below. So it is very important that you do not go for the adhesive part above the second floor. So in the ceilings, we do not prefer the adhesive, and up to second floor, it is okay. But above second floor, it should be mechanical setup, which is a more steady product and better product. It is more durable. Adhesive is actually not recommended by Greenlam at all. So most of our customers are going for this mechanical setup with rivets with the box section only. So this is one of the installation steps that is taking place. There are different applications that could go for the product where you could think of. So it could be residential, commercial. These are the porticos, awnings. I will show you in the specific application designs. So it can go on different kinds of gates. You could see that you could give it different shapes as you could think of. It could also be used in different kind of balconies, different colors as per your requirement. You can also use different colors to give a different kind of perspective. You could also put a name to it. This could be inscribed. It could be perforated to put a nameplate. So this is a very high-end application, very costly product because you have to actually punch it into a thick laminate through CNC cutting. This is also possible. So you could see that these options, what kind of applications are there for this product. There could be perforations, different kind of perforations that are there. This flowery designs, these holes, that anything that you could imagine could also be done. It will beautify the exterior more. It looks a very unique building because of those perforations. And today the lower market is coming, it's on high. There's a lot of people preferring CLADs for the lower application. So they want to put it in balcony to control the wind and the sunlight. So they could just slide it off, and whenever required, whenever not required. So lowers application is coming very big in this industry. These are some of the projects that we have executed. This is the Janpat Hotel at Delhi, the Kalpatru at Mumbai, the hotel. You could see that different shades have been used to create an impression. It could be the Sarvana Bhavan Chennai. You see the clear white shade that we have used. It could be vermilion red. This is for the Hamleys retail counter in Dwarka, Delhi. The Atal Tunnel Shimla, we feel very proud of this application. This is one of the biggest projects that we have executed because it is considered the longest tunnel, and we have put the CLADS on this. This is the application you could see. So ATS Tower, Dimapur, you could see. Then again, the exterior grade product being used. The GST building, Guwahati, again, one of the shades have been used here. The NHPC Training Center, Guwahati, again, a wood grain design is being preferred. This is the Kochi airport when it was yet to be made. So this is the vermilion red again being shown here. PGI Chandigarh, again, where the product has been used. This is the vermilion red application at the Charbagh metro station. So you could see that it has been alternated with the glass. So this is the clad application, the red one, vermilion red, and the glass has been used. So to create a very unique design. So glass and clad being mixed match so that it creates a pattern. So Charbagh metro station, we have used the vermilion red design. And then we have the municipal corporation building at the AP Rajmundry, where again, this is a very famous color that is being used. So that is why also this is also there. These are some of the applications that we have used. So just to conclude the session with you all. So as David Chipperfield said, the difference between good and bad architecture is the time you spend on it. So you have to be well versed in your sections. You should understand, you should learn a lot. It is great that Jediiians Institute has such sessions organized. So keep learning in your field so that you become unavoidable in your field. You become an expert in your industry. And I hope more such sessions are organized at Jediiians Institute so that you become more and more pro in your thing. So keep learning, and thank you for joining in. We now get it open for the question answers. Yeah.
We have a few questions in the chat box, which I will surely take up with Mr. Bansal. But before I take up the questions, does any of the students want to ask any question?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Yeah, Naman, please go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, as you said that ACP market covers the 85% of the market. So I just want to ask that the reason being that it is covering such a big market, is it the price difference between the cladding and ACP is very huge, or is it that cladding is a new product so people don't know about it much?
Naman, it is both things. First of all, Indian market is a very price sensitive market. ACP is a very price, it's a very low on price, but people do not understand the functional aspect of it, that it will not be a very durable product. Within 5 years, you have to replace it. So the next net operating cost becomes very high. Even if the installation cost is very low, the net operating cost becomes very high. And CLAD is now gaining more and more understanding between the architects. We are organizing more and more such sessions so that people understand CLAD better. There is definitely a price difference which is there, and ACP, that is why, because of the price difference is high on the market side, 80-85%, but CLAD is soon picking it up, and it's definitely a much better product than the ACP. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And so I also wanted to ask, do you have a range in interior louvers as well? as you were showing the exterior louvers,
Yes,
because
yes. So it is called interior wall cladding, which is being used. So it is just thick laminate that is being used, but there's no special layering done in that. But for an exterior wall cladding, we use an exterior grade film on top of it because it is subjected to all those weather conditions. So an interior wall cladding is just a thicker part of laminate, but an exterior wall cladding, which is used on the exterior, has special protective layers on top of it installed so that it is more weather resistant.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Naman.
So that was very good, Naman. Anybody else wants to come up with a question? Okay. So since none of the students is coming up with one, so sir, in the chat box, one of the students, Bhavishya, he has posted a question. He wants to know, how do we know what is the best option for a particular space or object?
Okay, so it depends on the kind of application you are looking for. If you are looking for a tabletop application, say you want to put it in kitchen, you will prefer a solid design there. You would prefer a smooth finish there. You would not have a textured finish, because anything that spilled over will get into dust grains. It will become difficult to clean. So kind of application that you are targeting, you have to select the design and texture based on that. If you are talking about a dining table where it will be more subjected to abrasions, scratches, tear, stain, you would look a higher end of product which is resistant to them. And for if you are looking for a wall panel or something partition where hardly what maximum you could do, you could hardly put a hand to it, or you could use your elbow to put to top it up. So a lower grade product is, or 0.8 mm, a lower thickness product is also okay. So kind of application defines what you are going for. So kind of application and also the design and texture that you look for. So it is application based.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're there. Yeah, right. So another question from the chat box is by one of our students, Harsimran. She wants to know that for a vintage look for facade, what kind of colors or material shall we select?
Okay, so vintage designs, we have some rustic wood designs in our options. So there are 3-4 designs you could pick it from our brochure catalog. So you just go through it. Some of the rustic designs are there for you to opt for.
Okay, there's another question that has come up just a minute back. Wrinkle wants to know, sir, is there a difference in maintenance of exterior and interior clads? So are they easily replaceable if they are damaged? So
we give a 12-year warranty to it. Actually, they do not require that much of cleaning and at all, because that is the major USP, that it is easily cleanable. It doesn't require that much of maintenance. It doesn't. It will not. It will. You would just have to put a wipe, a dry cloth around it. It will be easier to clean. So that is the major USP, but it doesn't require some very difficult, harsh chemicals, anything to clean it. It will not have those marks. And that is a major USP, because the kind of layering that is being done, the kind of protective film that is being used, that enhances that properties of easy cleanability. Right. Does that answer? Yeah. Simran, you there? I'm sure, sir, it was quite a detailed answer. I'm sure her doubt is clear. Any more questions, students? All right. So, since there are, Nama, do you want to ask anything else?
Yeah, ma'am, I wanted to ask a question. Sir, do Greenlam also deals in, the engineered wood flooring or the plank flooring that is in place right now?
Yes.
The SPC flooring, I think.
Yes, Naman, we also deal in engineered wood floors. Okay. So it is the brand Mikasa. So Mikasa Floors is one of the product range that we have.
Okay, sir.
And you will be delighted to see that the kind of colors that we have, the kind of design. Just go to the Mikasa website, Mikasa Floor website. You will go through it. You will understand there is that kind of designs that are being selected are very apt for the Indian market, and it's a very hot selling designs that we have there. So just go through it once.
Yeah, because there are not
I hope
many
you will like
designs
that.
in. Yeah, sir, because there are not many designs in engineered wood.
Yes. And one of the, since you have asked it, and we have not covered this product, just to tell you one of the advantages that we have for Mikasa floor. Generally, the floors that are there in India, they are all imported. So if you are looking for a design and you want a timeline, you have to give a timeline of 3 to 4 months. But in case of Mikasa floor, since it's made in India, you can get it delivered in a month. So lead time is much less because it's in India manufacturing. While for any other engineered wood floor, if you want to go, it will take 3 to 4 months time. So that's a big advantage that you get. And plus the design options.
But do you already have distributors in the Indian market, or do we have to wait for 1 month?
We have,
a person on.
You would have to take it from one of the dealers itself.
Okay.
If it's a big project, it's a government project, then we directly give it for the factory. But generally, it is through the dealer network.
Okay.
It becomes easier.
You.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naman, for interacting and asking such intelligent questions. All right, so we have one last minute to ask a question if anybody wants to ask the last question of the session. All right, so since I haven't got a response, can we please have your cameras on so that we can take a group picture and have some good memories of this session? Cameras on, please. Thank you, Naman. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, Neha, Khushbu. Thank you, Kajal, Aman. Thanks, Sakshi.
You have already tolerated me for 1.5 hours almost. So please, last few seconds, you can tolerate that also. Please switch on your video. Yeah.
Priyanka, Pushti, Sachin, Sakshi, Fiza, Mansi, can we have your cameras on quick? Bhavna ma'am, could you please take a picture?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. On that note, on behalf of our students and the faculties and everybody in the JD team, I thank you, Mr. Bansal, for such an insightful session. I am sure the students have learned a great, they have a great information today on the claddings, the various things available for the interior, for the decorating a space. Right. Ma'am, anything else?
Thank you, Ruchi. Thank you, Bhavna. I hope it was, you will be able to learn something at least. And
certainly,
keep learning.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
For all the students, please keep learning. You should become unavoidable. You should have so much knowledge in your field that you become unavoidable in the industry. So keep learning, keep your graph only up, keep learning. I myself have 11 years of experience, but I keep learning. So please keep that spirit alive of learning, even if you are out of the college, out of the schools.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayank, for joining us and sparing your valuable time and giving such an insightful session to our students.
Sir, can you unmute yourself? We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you, students. Thank you, Ruchi. Thank you, Bhavna. And thank you, Jediiians.
The pleasure is all ours, sir. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you,
all right.
Sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a